Welcome back to Nutty Education, and on today's episode I want to talk about voting, elections, because today I got this letter through the post. As you can see, it's about voting. They're telling me to vote for a new leader, a new ruler, and they're doing the same to all of you. So let's get into the truth about voting. Let me explain to you what voting is actually all about. So to start off, we need to understand a very important fact about this world and about the global population, about all of the worldwide society. So all of the population, all of the human race, there are two types of human beings, and that is the citizens of all the earth and the authority of all the earth. Every country has its own citizens and its own authority. Citizens, they're all the regular people, just the normal, ordinary, everyday people just living their lives. And the authority is the presidents, the governments, the prime ministers, the mayors, all the people in power. Citizens, authority, remember that. Now if we added up all of the global citizens and all of the global authority, every country's citizens and every country's authority, I don't know what the exact ratio would be, the exact number, but if we were to convert that to percentages, the citizens make up about 99% of the global population, and the authority, they make up about 1% of the global population. So really, when you think about it, our entire world, our entire global population is 99% of normal people who are ruled by 1%. That is literally how this world is run. There's 1% that rules 99%. Now, in order to sustain a fair and working global population, we do need to have some rules and some laws and some security and some people in power. That needs to exist in order for a civilized society. There has to be certain laws, certain rules, such as don't kill, don't rape, don't steal. Just the logical laws that you would put in place in order to make sure that there's no chaos and that we can have a fair civilization. However, the current rulers of our world, the current authority, they are not like that. The current laws in place now are not like that. Yes, we do have some laws that are necessary, like I just mentioned. Don't steal, don't kill, don't rape, etc, etc. However, on top of those necessary laws, there is a whole list of unnecessary, stupid laws purely put in place in order to gain profit and to profit from the citizens and to basically just extort money, extract money and just financially gain profit from citizens. That is how most of the laws are. That's how 90% of the laws are. On top of those basic, normal, logical laws, there's this whole mountain of unnecessary laws, and that is the current state of our world now. There's laws like you're not allowed to collect rainwater. There are laws that keep cures for diseases illegal so that people stay sick and pay money for medication. There are all these fucked up laws, and on top of laws, things like taxes, the fact we have to pay taxes. Certain things we should have to pay taxes for, but we're taxed on everything, absolutely everything. It is so ridiculous. There's tax for every single thing, and the worst part is the things the authority do with our tax money. They make bombs with our tax money. They kill people with our tax money. They go to war with our tax money. Our tax money is not used in a moral and correct way. They tell us, yeah, we're going to use it to build the roads and make sure the streets are safe. But that's lies. That's their excuse. Tax is used to fund wars and weapons. So yeah, as I was saying, taxes, laws, there's all these unnecessary ones that exist that just don't need to exist. Basically, the people in charge, the authority, they abuse their power. They don't just stop at the necessary laws. Don't kill, don't rape, don't steal. They go beyond that and they just make all these ridiculous laws. They charge us tax for everything. They then use our tax money to start wars. And basically, we're just ruled, us, this 99%, we're ruled by a 1% that are abusing their power. That is basically how our world looks like currently. So bearing all of that information in mind, if we, the 99%, are currently ruled by a 1% of authority that don't just stop their laws at the basic laws, like don't steal, don't rape, don't murder, the laws required to sustain a civilization. If we're ruled by an authority, a 1%, that goes beyond that and makes all these ridiculous controlling laws blatantly put in place to over control or to just financially extract money from us, if we're ruled by an authority that does that, which we are, that is a fact that nobody can dispute, then tell me, why on earth would this authority give us something that harms their position in power? Why would they do that? They wouldn't. They would not put their power at risk. They would not allow any type of method or any type of system, any type of idea. They would not give the thumbs up to any idea that threatens their power. It makes logical sense considering the type of people they are. As I said, we're currently ruled by people that abuse their power and make all these unnecessary laws that should not be in place. So instead, what these authorities do is they play a little trick on the masses, on the people. They give us this illusion of freedom. They give us an illusion of free choice. They get these different faces that are different politicians or different parties that obviously to us it looks like, oh, these are different people, they're different teams, they're different parties. So by doing that, they give us this illusion of choice, but really behind the scenes, all of these different parties, all of these different faces, they all have the same goal in mind. They're all working for the same higher ups. They're not the top of the hierarchy. These people, these politicians, these parties that you're voting for, they are not the guy at the top. There's always a bigger fish, and they are working, all of these parties, they are all working for the same people at the top. They are all, think of it this way, the authority of the world, the government, they are a dragon with many heads. Now, this dragon, although it has different heads, which remember are the different parties, although they're different heads, they are all still the same dragon. They're still the same entity. As I said, we're given this illusion of free choice. We're presented with all of these different faces, and now we think, oh, shall we vote for this one? He's saying this. Shall we vote for this one? She's saying this. All these politicians, they tell us exactly what we want to hear. They're like, oh, we'll raise the minimum wage, we'll drop taxes, we'll do all of this. They'll tell us exactly what we want to hear so that we vote for them, and then once we do vote for them, they'll fuck us in the ass. And it's the same story over and over again. Voting is not going to change anything. If it did, if voting was something that genuinely does change things, trust me, the guys at the top, they would not allow it. They wouldn't allow that to happen. They will not allow something, the guys at the top, they will not allow something that threatens their position in power. As I said, they present us with different faces, they give us this illusion of free choice, and whoever we vote for, it's irrelevant, it doesn't matter. Whatever the guys at the top originally wanted, whatever they originally planned, it will happen, regardless of who wins the election, regardless of who we vote for, trust me. And another thing to consider is voting, right? When they send us these letters through the post, in a lot of countries, I think even in this country, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm 90% sure that it's illegal to not vote. I'm pretty sure that legally, by law, they force you to vote. So if that is true, why the fuck would that law exist? Why are they forcing us to vote? They're literally making it a crime if we don't vote. They'll arrest us if we don't vote. They force us to pick a ruler, to pick a leader. So, bearing everything in mind I've said in this video, when you get this letter, a lot of people, if that last point is true, if it is illegal to not vote, a lot of people are going to be scared by that. They're going to see this and they're going to vote because they don't want to get in trouble. This is what I'm going to do myself. This paper I have right now is telling me to vote. It might even be forcing me to vote by law. If that is the case, I don't give a fuck. You see this piece of shit? Fuck it. I'm throwing it in the bin. I am not going to vote. I refuse. I am not voting for anyone. Vote nobody. That is what I say. Vote no one. Fuck all these weasel politicians. They all work for the same higher ups. They all work for the same authority. They're lying to you in their whole campaigns. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. They're telling you what you want to hear. Exactly like a manipulating girlfriend or a manipulating boyfriend. They're telling you what you want to hear, so you vote for them, and then they'll fuck you in the ass when you do. And don't say I didn't warn you, because I'm warning you. Vote nobody. If I get arrested for voting nobody, then that should be proof. That should be evidence that this voting system is corrupt and dodgy. Because think about it, if they actually come and arrest me for refusing to vote, what the fuck? I haven't hurt no one. I haven't been in the streets stabbing people. I haven't wronged anyone. But they're gonna arrest me, put me in handcuffs and lock me up because I refuse to vote for a leader. Those exact type of laws in place is what I was talking about earlier in the video. You see how all these stupid laws exist that are unnecessary and cause unnecessary conflict? That is the same rulers at the top that have made those laws that you are then voting for. Is society just stupid or what? Trust me, vote nobody. There is one person that I would say you could vote for if he ever does run for some position, and that is me, Nutty Jun, because I'm not one of these weasel politicians. You can trace me back to my days now as a YouTuber who is going against this corrupt government, and you know my story. You know what I'm all about. I'm separate from their system. I'm not one of them. Me, I'm like a rogue guy. I'm separate from these assholes, and you know for a fact that I will go against them. I will make this world a more free and better place. So if I run for a position in power, you know I'm not part of them. You can vote for me. I ain't this fucking dragon with many heads. But the people in place now, they are part of the system, part of the authority, and you don't want to be voting them. Me, I'm the virus to their system. I will crumble their system. So, I'm a different story. But to all of you, remember, you vote nobody, they're all the same, they're all different heads of the same dragon. Please don't believe otherwise. If you do, you've been brainwashed. I'm sorry, but it is the truth. And that's all I've got to say. Peace, bitch.